Good morning, SOBs. Hello and welcome to Vampire Church. My name's Jared Logan. This is the Stream of Blood, where we play tabletop role-playing games, and every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, we play Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition. Yes, for 2 hours every Sunday, me and my friends sit around rolling dice and pretending to be vampires. And it's really good. We really enjoy it. It's who knew that this is the best way to relieve stress. We're so happy that our viewers are here to see the horror go down yet again this Sunday morning. Here we call it Vampire Church. I'm sorry, I'm just grabbing my dice to get ready here. We do lots of different games here on the Stream of Blood, but this is the one we've been doing, I think, the longest and with the most episodes, and we're really proud of that. I mean, we've got more than 60 episodes of this series now. And we're so happy that you've been along on this journey with us. A couple things that I can tell you before we get rolling today. First of all, our good friend and pal, Ross Bryant, who normally plays Curtis Krieger, cannot be here this morning. If you play a tabletop role-playing game at home, you know that often you will have people that go, hey guys, I just can't make it. And my professional game master advice to you is to go, no problem. Because that's just going to happen a lot. And, this is play. It's not work. So you say, no problem. And then you, as the game master, have to figure out what's going to happen instead of the thing that you thought was going to happen. And myself and secret storyteller Clinton Trucks, we have done that with kind of a lot of help from our players. But we've done it. We've figured out what's going to happen instead of what we thought was going to happen this morning. So I'll mention that. I'll also mention that this kind of excellent craftsmanship in terms of tabletop role-playing game scenario construction doesn't come cheap, guys. We need your subscriptions. Please, if you haven't subscribed already and enjoy our Vampires of Pittsburgh series, hit the subscribe button. If you see someone lurking in the chat who's here often but doesn't have a subscription, pop a subscription for them. We use the subscription money to do things like, pay our art director who did a beautiful redesign for us and helps us create the materials that let you guys know what's going on. We play all kinds of games here on the Stream of Blood, and we need a full social media presence in order to let people know about that. So please subscribe if you haven't already. The other thing I always like to mention now, and I started doing it with Vampire, but now I do it for all my games. Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition is sort of an 18 and over game. And it's a little bit obvious why. It's about vampires. And these vampires do nasty things. Things that maybe is inappropriate for kids that you wouldn't let go to a rated R movie. So they suck blood, they kill people, sometimes there are decapitations, there's a lot of mind control, because vampires have those mesmeric powers. That can sometimes get uncomfortable for certain viewers. Me and my players have already talked about all these issues, and we have a lot of trust, and that's why we're able to play. And I just want to mention that for our viewers who, maybe aren't in the mood for something like that today. Maybe go watch one of our other shows. But the other thing I always like to mention is that we are always listening and always paying attention to your comments, concerns, requests, and just input about our game. And you can get in touch with us on our Discord server, the Server of Blood. Join our Discord. Get into the channels. Go to the Suggestions channel or the Vampires of Pittsburgh channel and let us know what you think. We really do read all the comments, and we really do take them seriously. So we are listening to you, the viewers. Guys, that is my spiel. We have quite a bit of game to get into today. Not the game that I thought it would be, but it maybe even more exciting, potentially, because we are going to learn some things about our characters today. And we can't do that without these two fantastic players that we have here with us. So I usually bring in Ross Bryant first. Today, I'm going to do everything ass backwards, and I'm going to bring in the guy I usually bring in last first. He is a fantastic actor that comes to us, that streams to us all the way from South Africa right now. You can see him on the first season and the next upcoming season of Raised by Wolves HBO. He plays Lucius, a doctor, a visionary, a diablerist. Please welcome ABUBAKAR Salim, everybody.
Yo.
What's up, Abu?
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm really good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm sort of fighting my way through the last block of season 2 of Raised by Wolves, but it's all good.
How long have you been filming?
It's like literally been here since February, so it's been a while. Yeah, man. It's been quite intense, but you know what? Like it's been beautiful. Like it's been really, really cool because it's funny. Season 1, I was very much excited about this world and sort of vibing of it. And this is the second season where I'm like, okay, I'm used to this world. I don't know what the hell's going on, but okay, I'm kind of used to it. And it's like past the honeymoon phase. And like, I'm now like, okay, let's get into the nitty gritty of what this actually is. Yeah. So it's been good, man.
Father's just gonna just start going like, fuck it. Here's what
he's gonna be like, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Like, fuck this shit. Like
breaking programming.
Absolutely.
It's that the character you play on there is so interesting and awesome and like has so many layers for an android. And then I don't know, Lucius is almost like very different. Not necessarily a caregiver. But like, he's a doctor.
But Jared, that's the thing, right? Like for me, it's like it's one of those things where I enjoy these moments where I can actually play something completely different and completely like chaotic, because Father is so like regimented part of the program, whereas like Lucius, like and look, I've never played Vampire the Masquerade before. I didn't even know what it was, but like this is the first time where I've been like, you know what, let's just experiment, let's just play, because it's giving me that space to do it. And honestly, like I gotta say, man, hands down to you and Clinton and fucking Bryant, like genuinely you've given that space to play, in the sense of like being like, I'm gonna eat this freaking vampire that I just met. Like it's like it's a blessing, man.
You're
like,
making my heart swell, Abu. You're making my heart swell and my head, but my heart mostly.
It's a blessing, man. It's a real blessing. So thank you so much for actually giving me the opportunity to be part of this whole troop. And I gotta also thank Ashley as well, who's gonna join us very soon. But like genuinely, like to be like, hey, do you want to join this crazy troop? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Well, oh my God, that makes me feel so good. Man, let's keep the good vibes going. Let's bring her in. She plays Jen Brown. She was a Thin Blood. Now she's a Nosferatu. She's just trying to keep the city and her friends together, and Lucius and everybody else makes it kind of hard. Please welcome our good pal, and I have to thank her for bringing Abu to us as well. Please welcome Ashley Burch, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, the great thing about Abu is you can kind of just put him anywhere, and he's so great that he makes whatever thing he's part of better. It's true.
Thank you. It is true. It is true. And we love the chaos, but mostly we love players who just are bringing ideas, you know, like that's what's really cool. And in fact, today when we had to change plans a little bit, I asked these guys, well, I didn't ask them. They were like, should we know anything? Should we plan anything? And I was like, yeah, you could kind of give me some ideas for this. And they had the ideas, and that's what a blessing. And so hugs and kisses and more mushy stuff that makes me uncomfortable slightly. I'm really more comfortable with the decapitations and the blood drinking than the compliments. But I am so happy you guys are here this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Should we get right into the gore and the terror?
Yeah, the blood spilling. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's do it, guys. Today, I'm gonna start by setting where we left off last time, and then we're gonna go back in the Wayback Machine a little bit. So, first off, last time. Oh God, I'm not gonna give a full recap because it'll be more important in our next episode. But suffice it to say that Lucius Ali has awakened Mary, the elder vampire, who is a fanatical member of a sort of a Protestant offshoot of the Church of Cain, and she has told him he must commit the sacrament of valediction in order to get her complete trust, so that she will kill kill Jen and Curtis for him. And in order to fulfill that sacrament, she said, bring me your sister, because your main fear, she believes, Lucius, is that something will harm your sister, and she wants you to confront that fear. Pretty intense. Lucius left her saying, sure, I'll do that, and then instead went and fought a werewolf in the U.S. Steel building. Because what Lucius does is he, like Jen, I think in some ways, he collects resources and makes sure he's got a position of power to work from. And that's why he was going back to the U.S. Steel, where he had left a kidnapped werewolf with Dr. Orman. And he was trying to figure out some ways to give himself some leverage. He ended up in a fight with a werewolf. Meanwhile, Jen Brown and Curtis Krieger were dealing with the other werewolves at Sheenley Park, trying a diplomatic route with them, which eventually succeeded, but only after a spell went wrong. One of the reclaimers, your witch allies, Jen, tried to work a spell to help you communicate with the drowned dogs, the werewolf pack there. The spell went horribly awry. A spirit came through the conduit of the spell, possessed Jen Brown, some sort of aquatic nature spirit that dwells in the bottom of Panther Hollow Lake, was inside of Jen Brown's body, and Jen Brown forced him out by sheer force of will, and then took the spirit hostage and said to the werewolves, stop the shit, all right, cut the shit. And they sort of agreed, at least for now. They said that they're not going to hold off totally drowning the city, but for now, out of respect, they're stopping for a moment. And that's when Jen and Curtis had to run over to the U.S. Steel building to help Lucius, to find out what is going on with the attack there. And so when we left, Lucius, you had just blown out the ward into the glass of Dr. Orman's apartment high up on the U.S. Steel building. And Lucius, you were literally hanging from the edge of the U.S. Steel building right now, with jagged glass kind of falling down around you. And if I was a director with a lot of a big budget, it would be falling down around you like beautiful snow, this glass glistening in the street light. Meanwhile, at street level, Curtis and Jen are standing trying to figure out what's going on, when floating down like something out of the Lost Boys at the speed of a feather, Mary lands in front of them and speaks their names and looks into their eye, and they see the old crazy that she's always kind of carrying around with her. So in this moment, I think, confronted by Mary again, Jen Brown, Lucius, with your unlife flashing before you. I mean, if you fall, you're going to explode into a million pieces and die. And in fact, another coterie member not too long ago, this is how he was destroyed, was by falling out of a very tall window. So I think we'll start with Lucius, if you don't mind. Lucius, I think that and Ashley, you're welcome to stay in the room if you have to hop out and to do something. But what we're going to be going back and forth today, Lucius, you think back. You think back to how you got here. In the blink of an eye, you think back, how did I get from London to hanging Pittsburgh, out of the side of the U.S. Steel building, hundreds of feet above the street? Yeah. And we open on a party. It's a party in a swank kind of space in the heart of London. Everything is kind of this is like deep red velvet curtains, antique restored furniture, and it's a cocktail party, and there aren't a lot of people in the room. This isn't 100 people. This is like maybe 25 souls are kind of mingling about, and this is in the year 2012. So 8 years earlier, and a young Lucius Ali has just received admittance to where did Lucius go to school?
UCL, so University College of London.
Yeah, and I think that maybe there's a medical program there, right?
Mm-hmm. There is. So it's a big medical program.
He just has been admitted to the medical program there. And then he got a very flattering invitation that to attend a special party for new admissions to certain graduate programs at UCL. It's an exclusive guest list. And faculty and people that are important to the university are going to be there, and they're going to chat with the new students. And so that's where you find yourself, Lucius, kind of milling about a party like this. And I want to know, Lucius, 8 years ago, before he was a vampire, how does he handle himself at a party like this? Does he enjoy a party like this? What would he do?
I think he's he's so green. He's one of those people who's he's already done 2 shots, and he brings Clara with him all the time. He's hanging out with his sister. He's like, oh my God, you gotta come with me, please. You gotta come with me. And he's bringing Clara wherever. And Clara's I don't know, let's say 17, 18, not legal age to really drink, but she's okay. And he's in this space, and he's oh my God, oh my God, there's the doctor of freaking brain psychology over there. Oh my God, did you know doctors of brain psychology exist? This is a whole thing. He's really excited about it.
Absolutely. I can't believe he brought his little sister with him to this.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%, because he doesn't have any friends.
Well, I think Clara is actually, if it works for you, only if it works for you, Abu, I think at this point in life, she's even a little bit younger than that. I think that perhaps, you guys have such a tight relationship. Maybe you are her caretaker, because you are technically adult when you enter medical school, right? So you're able to be kind of her caretaker. And, being a single guy who's working on getting admission to a medical school while raising a kid, you couldn't find a babysitter tonight.
No, not at all.
So, Clara is a little bit younger, not too much. I don't want a 5-year-old running around this party. She can talk, and of course, many kids like that, she got mature at a young age, right? We don't know right now what happened to Lucius and Clara's parents, but yes, you have your little sister here with you at the party.
Brilliant.
You're a little bit inebriated. 2 shots feels like inebriation to me.
Yeah.
When you are cornered by a man wearing a lot of rings, and he also has earrings in his ears and on his nose, and he looks like an old punk from London's punk scene in the 80s, but he has now cleaned up, right? So there's still the remnants of punk and sort of that emaciated look to him, very emaciated look to him, but he's now dressed to the nines, but he's got a little more flair. He's got a purple coat and a black cravat, and he approaches you and he's like, Lucius Ali.
Hello. Hey, how are you? My name. Sorry, I didn't even ask your name. Did I ask your name?
Michael Grosvenor.
Michael. Hey, hi. Listen, I'm so thankful for being here. And Lucius is just genuinely fucking drunk. He's I'm so genuinely honestly, this is such a privilege to being here.
Yeah, mate. Hey, relax, mate. It's not. We asked you to be here. We know who you are. We've actually been kind of looking over your records, your transcript.
Oh, really? You've been looking at? Yeah.
And you hear Clara go, bit creepy. And he goes,
shut up.
Who is this? Who's this?
Oh no, sorry. This is my assistant. She, because of the work that I've been doing and how serious I take my work, I thought it would be great to get an assistant, because how hard I work.
So there's a 13 or 14-year-old standing beside you, nodding her head seriously, yes, I'm his assistant. And Grosvenor is like, mate, you couldn't find a babysitter?
Okay, look, no, I couldn't find one. But the thing is honestly, to be honest with you, I'll be honest, we work together so well, and she really.
This guy kind of does this now. He suddenly goes like, and his eyes kind of go like really kind of like they're looking through you all of a sudden.
And suddenly, like I can feel like my blood pumping, and I'm like, look. The thing is honestly, like everything that I do it's inspired by this crazy nut over.
He makes an ugh sound and then just walks away from you. And it's like you're not there anymore.
Well, fuck.
And you see him walk over to two other kind of I don't know. They don't look like students. One of them looks quite young. There's a man and a woman that he goes over and starts talking to. And give me a composure plus politics roll.
Okay. With the character that I am now. Okay.
That's right. So I think you have 0. Well, let's see. Lucius has today. He has how much politics does Lucius have? Not much, I don't think, right?
I'd say like today he has 0 politics.
Right. Yeah. We have 3 here, but I think at the time he has 0. But his composure can stay at 2. So roll 2 dice.
Okay. 1 success.
Not enough. Lucius does something that makes the situation even worse because he's so panicked by this. So he's here among these alumni that he's supposed to impress. I mean, he might even be worried with his 1 success that at this point, he's endangering even his admission to this medical program. Because this guy literally looked through him and then went, ugh. And then just walked away. And he sees other star students engaged in, sparkling conversations with each other. One of them walks up and starts talking to Michael Grosvenor and the 2 people he's with. And it seems to be going really well. They're all kind of really leaning in and someone laughs. And so what does Lucius do that makes things maybe worse? Or what does he do when he's in kind of a panicked situation like this?
I think he kind of looks down and then he looks at Clara and then he looks at the guy and then he's like, well, fuck you then.
Wow. Okay. And Clara goes and starts laughing and even drops the glass of champagne she was trying to sneak. Grosvenor turns very slowly to look at you. And now you notice very clearly the woman that he is with. And she's quite gorgeous. She looks to be maybe a little older than you. She has the patrician features of, one of those just rich girls who grows up into a handsome woman who runs shit. She looks like a boss bitch, but she maintains that sort of youthful kind of beauty. And she and he look at you, and he kind of, let's see, boy, what does he do?
Fuck.
Yeah, we should find out what he does. This is interesting. Okay. He doesn't move. He just kind of looks at you across the room, and you can see that his lips are moving and that he's whispering.
And I'm gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, fuck you. Here I am. I've worked fucking hard to get where I am right now, and you just literally walk away from me? What kind of fucking decency do you have? Do you know where I come from? It took me fucking ages to get where I am right now. And you're literally just going to walk away from me and oh shit, my head.
You must now roll something for me because something strange is happening. He's whispering to you. He has your gaze, and I need you to give me a composure plus intelligence roll for Lucius.
Okay. 5 successes.
Ooh. Hey, that's really good. And so here's what happens. Wait, let me roll his roll. Actually, it could still go another way. Okay, wow, amazing. Okay. So, he's like whispering at you and like kind of like bearing down on you. And the look in his eyes is one of like utter madness. And for a moment, you feel yourself kind of losing control a little bit. Your rage isn't focused. Like you're about to start to like ramble or like be emotional, like start crying or like, but you hold it together, Lucius. And now you can make a roll and say one final thing to him to fucking tell him off or whatever, or punch him or whatever the fuck you want to do, because you survived whatever this thing was he was bringing to bear on you. Right. And so now you can do one thing. What would you like to do?
I'm going to basically school him and be like, you've literally just missed talking to the person who's going to change the world. Like that kind of idea of like, you have literally just missed an opportunity of aligning with yourself with the person who's going to make a difference.
That's when you can roll your charisma plus persuasion, intimidation, even medicine or academics if you'd like. I think
medicine. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll my medicine because it's the idea of changing the world medically.
Yeah. So you kind of come up and you just start talking about like all the ideas you have, the theories you have, and like how he just missed out on him. And go ahead and give me a roll.
I got 4 successes.
Woo.
Okay, great. He kind of like waits till you're done, and then is like, "You are nothing. You're a worm. Speak to me again at your own peril." And he moves to another part of the party. But as he moves out of the way, you see that handsome woman you saw earlier, and she's kind of smirking at you. And she walks up and she goes, "That was quite a speech." Do you really believe all that, or were you just taking the piss?
No. I truly believe what I was saying. I just simply was yes. No, sorry, this is wow.
Stop talking.
Okay.
I don't know much about medical theories, but you are right about one thing. Michael's a cunt. Isn't he?
I mean, that's a yes. I mean, that's from the yes.
You're a little drunk.
Drunk? No.
Yes. Should we have another one? She pulls you over to where the bar is, and it's like, "What do you drink?"
And I'm gonna look back at Clara and be like,
Clara like looks at the woman and goes,
you know what? I would love a whiskey sour if they're yes, a whiskey sour.
I drink whiskey. Neat.
I'll have a whiskey too. Neat.
She puts it in front of you.
I'm gonna look at it and like kind of maybe like, what kind of whiskey is this?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm not the bartender.
No, for sure. And
maybe it's a Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, that's Kentucky bourbon is my favorite.
I love this. I love the States. Don't you? Have you ever been?
No, never been to the States, but I'd love to.
A lot of it's a shithole, but some of it's quite charming.
Yes, I'm sure. Sorry, I didn't get your name. What's your name?
I'm Isabel.
Is Isabel? Wow, that's a beautiful name.
Yes, it is. Tell me, what kind of doctor do you want to be? Some doctors do research. Some have a private practice where they, I don't know, help children with runny noses. Some, they do plastic surgery, give people bigger tits. What kind of doctor do you want to be?
I think like Lucius would be like, he'd put his glass down and like kind of look at her, and there is a sense, it's almost like he feels sober for like 2 seconds, right? Or he believes himself to be sober, and he sort of looks at her and he's like, Isabel, the thing is that I truly believe that maybe we could evolve. This life, this being that who we are is simply like a stepping stone towards greatness, towards beauty of what we truly should be, even through the ugliness, even through the disgustingness of what humanity actually represents. I truly think that through science, through belief, through medicine, that we could actually see hope, truly push ourselves thousands of years in development. I am a believer of grandeur, of scale, and I can see it happening. And I know it can happen. I just need the education, the resources, the right
time,
direction.
You need time.
Time. I mean, look. Yes, I mean, of course, time itself as a human being, I only have 100 years, right? I mean, even then, if I'm lucky, like now, what, like 50? I mean, hey, if I'm lucky. But honestly, if I can inspire the people after me to truly look at the idea of revolutionizing the human anatomy, the human being, the human psyche, that is something that I crave.
Yeah. She hands you a card. It has like an email address on it. And she's like, send me your transcripts, any kind of research papers that you do, you're working on, and I'll be in touch. And she moves off into the party again.
And then I'm going to just down my whiskey and be like, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck. So I'm like, go back to Clara and be like,
Clara's like talking to like 3 medical students, and she's like doing very well. And she's like, so I've been sort of an experiment basically in psychology for several years. And that's when we will cut away from Lucius Ali, and we will we'll cut to Jen Brown, and the year is 2020. It's this last year that has passed for Jen Brown that we haven't seen, between lockdown and rain in blood. And Jen Brown, the scene I want to set for you is you guys have taken the Cathedral of Learning as your haven, but that required making a deal with the university.
Uh-huh.
And so at like 7:30 p.m. on like a Wednesday, in a darker time of the year, you are in the office of the vice chancellor and president of the University of Pittsburgh, Kenyon Barrett, and he's about to kind of sign over the fact that Grouper, their offices now get to be in the Cathedral of Learning, and that he's going to assign a security detail.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, how did Jen Brown work this, and how is she handling sort of her appearance in meetings like this? Because she was the only one that could handle this. Curtis could not handle this, and Lucius could not handle this.
Uh-huh.
And Sabrina is busy right now because Sabrina is currently learning techniques with your good friend Vagabond Tinaz. So how does she handle a meeting like this?
I honestly think what we established about Vagabond is that he's sort of gamed the system to get an insane amount of views and ad revenue. And so I think I'm just giving them a chunk of change to not ask questions and to just give what we're asking for. And I think in this particular circumstance, we're still in the pandemic, probably, right? So I think I'm wearing a mask to help cover my face. And I just have sort of deliberate bangs. But I'm wearing like a smart outfit to look professional, but I'm acting as though I'm just very cautious about my health.
Very good. I think that just to see how it's going, I would love for you to either roll finance for your like contribution, like you describing how you're going to help the university, or if you'd rather, you can roll sort of a manipulation plus subterfuge roll to kind of get him not to pay attention to your Nosferatu appearance.
Yes. Okay, yeah. I'm going to do that, I think. Is it safe to say that my hunger is at like 1, maybe?
That is safe to say, yes.
Okay. Manipulation plus subterfuge. Okay. Boop, 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 boop.
I want 2 successes.
You got 3.
Okay, great. So at one point he was like, I'm going to turn the light on, and you convinced him not to. And he's like, look, everything we're doing here is above board, right?
Oh, yes, of course. We just have highly confidential proprietary technology. We're sort of at the forefront of app development right now, and we need to make sure that any of our competitors can't just waltz in and get access to our very potentially lucrative information. So we're just taking any precautions necessary to prevent that from happening.
Well, Miss Braun, it was Braun, right? Brown, right? He looks at the paper and he's like, but this is a great opportunity for students to work with a technological innovator. Like, I don't understand why we're not throwing out a press release. Why are we not telling everybody Grouper is in the Cathedral of Learning? I mean, I want the students hands-on with your people. I mean, come on. I mean, this is the way the program was pitched to me.
Is the sum of money not sufficient?
The sum is beautiful, ma'am, but I'm an educator.
Is every wealthy benefactor that contributes to a library or a gymnasium, are they then required to teach the students themselves, provide the books that occupy that library?
Miss Brown,
is of great benefit to you. And I promise you, as soon as any of your students are, potentially helpful to Grouper, I would be more than willing to offer internships. But I think that the financial compensation is more than enough, wouldn't you say?
It's enough. I guess I just am curious then. I mean, why do you want to be here? Why here?
Call it sentimental attachment.
Sentimental. You're not on our alumni rolls. I don't. Okay, I can allow for the facility to move into the building, but I mean this extra security detail, it seems. I mean, we don't do that for any of our buildings. So we have campus police that move around throughout the campus, and they keep an eye on the cathedral for us as well as anything else.
Campus police?
Yes. It's
the last
standard.
Campus policeman I saw was asleep in his little golf cart. I don't think that I would call that security.
All right, so I'm going to call for a roll. I think that Jen Brown, this guy is starting to sound like he's super suspicious. She can put him at ease, or she can threaten him into shutting up, or you tell me a third tactic, a fourth tactic that you think Jen would employ. But this guy, otherwise, he's always going to be a little bit of a pain in your ass, unless you can shut him down. I think I'm just going to
threaten to pull the money. I can say, look, if you're uncomfortable, which you clearly seem to be, I can take my company elsewhere. It just seemed like it would be mutually beneficial. But if you're not willing to accommodate our, what I would say are quite reasonable requests, I can very easily go elsewhere.
Great, give me a roll. That sounds. I mean, that's an excellent tactic. So you can add dice to the roll. Give me. I think it's composure plus whatever you'd like.
Let's see. Oh, I do have finance. Maybe composure plus intelligence.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Mm-hmm.
And then
that's great.
You want me to add a die?
I think you should add 1 die. Yes.
Okay. 3 successes.
So I want to jump forward a little bit in time, just for a second, and then we're going to go right back. But it's a headline. It's not even the top headline in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. It's like kind of a couple columns down, and it says Vice Chancellor Kenyon Barrett resigns post at University of Pittsburgh. Whatever this was, it made him uncomfortable. But don't worry, the new vice chancellor is very, very willing to work with you. And so on this particular night, after this guy kind of like relents, you can walk back up to the offices that are already being kind of outfitted and kind of put together like for you on a high floor. I think we said like the top suites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can return to your new haven, which is already half built.
Yes, I think I'm going to go up and toss my mask aside and go, Brina.
Okay.
Brina.
When you get to the top, the elevator goes and kind of half opens, and you see that all the lighting in here like flashes a little bit and everything is dark.
Brina? Curtis?
Curtis isn't here. Lucius isn't here. You left Tadine, Nazir, and Sabrina up here.
Brina, I'm going to take my phone out and turn on the flashlight.
Okay. You see over in a corner of like the largest room where you guys are going to set up kind of the office plan.
Mm-hmm.
You see near an enormous rig that Tadine and Sabrina have already set up. That Tadine is standing over Sabrina, and Sabrina is on the ground, and her eyes are closed, and he's kind of like hovering over her, like.
What did you do? I'm gonna like push him aside and lean down next to her. And can I tell anything that's going on? Is she conscious?
Yeah. Certainly. You can tell anything that's going on. In fact, you can make a dexterity plus athletics roll right now.
Ooh, not my best. 2 successes?
How many?
2.
2. I think not enough. And suddenly, and don't bother to damage your character because, this is a flashback, but you go to touch her and you are just like hit with like volts of electricity, and you go woof a little bit into the air and flop back into the big open area that you guys are going to put desks in later. And you see that she's just kind of crackling with energy. And he's like, oh, shit.
Tadine, what do we do?
I don't know. She's having a backlash. What
does that mean?
I don't know. She channeled too much power or something.
So get her to stop.
Okay. All right. Let me try something. Okay. And he starts like, there's all this cabling and stuff from around the room, like that he's like pulling over, and it's like literally like he's pulling like Ethernet cable. And he's pulling like, power cords and like surge protectors over to her. And it looks like he's going to like start like using them somehow on her.
What, are you going to have her power your fucking Bitcoin farming? What are you doing?
Hey, who knows about this shit? You or me?
Jesus Christ. Just do it. Just do it and tell me what I can do.
I'm trying to like, I don't know, draw off some of the extra energy. And he kind of like literally like starts wrapping around her arms until she's like kind of covered in like all this stuff that absorbs shock. And then you see that like there's kind of a very specific way he's doing it. And then soon Like it feels like the sort of ambient glow around Sabrina kind of like dies down a little bit.
I'm gonna rush back over to her and see if is she conscious at all?
She's alive. She's breathing.
Brina? Hey, can you hear me? Brina? Brina?
Jen.
Oh, Jesus
Hey.
Christ. What happened?
I saw it.
You saw what?
I saw the little woman that lives inside me.
What?
It's shit you wouldn't understand. It's shit you don't get, Jen Brown, okay?
Then try to explain it to me,
Well, she has an awakened soul that sometimes manifests as a second personality or consciousness. Often in the midst of a backlash like this, you might contact what we call the avatar. I can't explain it to you, all right?
I'm
Look,
following. Just keep saying.
She needs to be working with a node.
What's a node?
A node, a sacred site, a circle of stones. If you're a druid, I mean, she needs a source to draw from. I mean, there's nothing in here.
Okay,
this place is magically dead.
Okay. So where can we find something like this?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm from Philadelphia.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
But we need something.
Okay, what is a node for you? What does that look like? Tell me what it is like for tech mages, and I can try to find something.
It could be any place that has power. But she can't keep learning and working in a place that doesn't have any, resonance, because it makes the magic a little harder. And that's going to make it harder for her to learn. And she's going to keep, fucking zapping herself out like this. I tell you what, I have never seen a surge like that.
Could you try to be less excited, Tadine?
I'm not excited. It's not, it's not funny at all. I don't think it's funny. But
really,
what I would say is, Pittsburgh. Look around, haunted houses, places where important things happened, weird spots that are supposedly, magical. And in fact, right now we are putting in the chat for Ashley a list of weird places in Pittsburgh. And we're gonna cut away to Lucius. You can do something else first, though, Ash. What does Jen want to do? You were just asking something.
Well, I was gonna ask to see if. Oh, this is awesome. I was gonna ask to see if I knew whether or not the U.S. Steel building was still occupied by the remnants of the Camarilla.
What was that now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. The U.S. Steel building, is it still occupied by the remnants of the Camarilla?
Yeah. Do I know if the Camarilla are there?
They are, as far as you know. Yeah.
I mean, the Robot Hall of Fame caught my eye. That seems pretty cool.
There's lots of stuff in there. That could be it. That's maybe what you pick. But I think that Jen Brown starts doing internet research and tries to find a safe place for Sabrina to learn magic, where she can kind of channel some of the earth power in the area. And at this point, you have met the Reclaimers, so Gravity Hill is kind of an odd spot. That's their spot. Maybe I don't think she met them till later. So you're like, I don't want to mess with them, but maybe there's another spot. So I'm gonna cut back to Lucius for a little while, and just pick something you think is interesting or that you think would work really well with Sabrina's magic.
Okay, great.
And so now we come to Lucius, and some years have passed, Lucius, and you're almost done with medical school. Then you'll enter your actually you're almost done with your residency, I think. Okay. In fact, I got the year wrong earlier. I said 2012. It would have to have been a little earlier than that, because medical school and residency takes so long. But I'm improvising flashbacks, everybody. I can't get the dates exactly right. And so what I will say is that you're a lot farther into your education as a doctor, and you have gotten an email from one of Isabel's sources to meet you at a very specific and interesting address you've never heard of in King's Cross.
Okay. And I'm going to just email back being like, okay, I'll be there.
Great.
Make my way over.
So she wanted you there at like midnight, and you come to this sort of like nondescript door in the side of a very old building, and you see that it leads down into this sort of like empty kind of like really old architecture that is underneath of London. And this is a place called the King's Cross Ice Well.
Cool.
Back in the early days before refrigeration, they had ice wells down here, maybe in the Victorian era or a little earlier, so that people could have fresh ice. But now, it being, the 21st century, there is no ice down here. But there is, someone has installed some interesting lighting, and there are tables set up. And you were unaware all of this was down here. It's completely empty, and it's a bit creepy.
I'm like in my shirt and like bow tie, kind of like, okay. Hello?
Through here, Lucius.
Sure. Okay.
You go through, and Isabel is standing in one of these like nondescript, brick rooms with sort of the moody lighting, and she's dressed to the nines, at her like most attractive boss bitch kind of like look that she could possibly build out. She looks like she's dressed for a night on the town, little purse and everything, and she's like, "Hello."
You look stunning.
Thank you, darling.
Sorry. That was horrible. Fuck. I didn't mean to say that. That was disgusting.
Can we stop this little mealy-mouthed routine you do? It's a defense mechanism. It's not who you are. Don't be humble. It's unattractive, darling. You are too powerful to be modest.
You're talking to me?
I read the paper.
You did?
On viral adaptation?
Yes.
As a catalyst for evolution?
Yes, and the fact that it could genuinely change the way that we look at society as a whole.
Yes, well, what if I told you that it has been for thousands of years happening?
What? No, because
Shh. Look at me. And she walks into the light, and you see that she is not flush with blood. She does not look like a living person. Her skin is as white as porcelain. And she moves very close to you. Lucius, I'm not human. I was. Then I caught a bug. A virus. The kind of thing you talk about in your paper.
Yes.
And I evolved.
Wait. What? Really?
I believe that the things that you articulated so well, the principles you live your life by, I believe I am that next step in evolution. And so are you.
Yeah. Yes.
Hold me, darling. And she puts her arms around you.
And then I kind of almost, without even thinking, my arms sort of like go behind her neck. And I don't even know what I'm doing.
I want to offer you a great gift.
A gift.
It will tie us together forever.
This gift.
Yes. And it's a great responsibility.
Do you... I mean, I know I'm ready, but do you believe I'm ready?
I want to hear you tell me that you're ready.
And then for a moment, like my heart like is beating like crazy, and I could feel like the blood surging over me, and I'm just like looking at her and being like my brain is pulsating, and I'm like, I'm ready.
Convince her. Give me a roll.
Oh God. Oh God. What am I rolling?
I don't know. I mean, composure seems right. And you need to add something to it, though. Persuade, intimidate.
Would it be... I think it would be composure and...
What about resolve?
Yeah, I think resolve. Definitely. Okay, cool. 3 successes.
She stands back a little bit and smiles at you, and she goes, "You're going to get very sick. Then you're going to get better.
It's the only
then
way
you're going to have all the time." Yes.
And I'm so ready for time. Time is what I need.
Yes. All right. Hold still, darling. This will prick just for a moment. And she bites into your neck. And I'm going to kind of fast forward time-lapse film now. She drains every single drop of blood out of you to where you are dead. Everything is blurry, and then it goes white.
And I think during that time, like, Clara flashes in my eyes. My parents flash through my eyes. This, graduate, like the idea of graduating, everything just kind of just like comes at like in these moments of like, oh my God, I'm digesting all this sort of reality of my life as it happens.
Yes. Beautiful. And while all that's happening, she pours her blood into your mouth. And let's see how many nights pass here. Oh, just one. Wow, you are eager. In fact, that's what she says when you come sitting up later. She's like, "Wow, you are eager, aren't you?" Because you come out of it.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Yes. No, I know that you are. I've prepared something for you to sate yourself in the next room.
And I'm gonna be like, as she says this, I'm sort of gonna try and like muster every strength that I can to go to the next room.
Yeah, and in one of like kind of the chambers where they would have kept like big blocks of ice before, you see that there is a gentleman kind of manacled to like a pipe, and he's kind of like half conscious, long hair, kind of like a ratty jacket. And he kind of looks up at you, but doesn't quite see you. But he is not like you. I mean, you can feel the heat coming off of his face.
And then I'm going to kind of approach him and be like, sniff him and be like,
and Isabel comes up behind you and is like, "Remember, this is a test. Everything's a test. You haven't passed the muster yet. Are you hungry, Lucius? Take a bite.
And then is this guy like, is he hooked up?
He's kind of like just kind of manacled to a pipe.
So I'm gonna kind of push him and then turn and try to feed on Isabel.
Awesome.
From the first night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, rather than let's just see how that goes. Give me a strength plus brawl roll.
Again, like I feel like his strength and his brawl at the moment are like, I'd say like one strength, probably like 0 brawl, because
I think you can give him 2 strength, and his brawl is 1 now, but it was 0 at the time. So roll 2 dice. Yeah.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay, she got as you came toward her is this a messy? No, it's not. Okay, she did get a crit, but it's not enough. There aren't 2 10s. There's no 10s on her hunger dice. So she crits. So she sort of does some sort of martial arts move to you and gets you like down against the floor.
My God.
She's like, picky eater, aren't we?
I'm going to be like, and I think Lucius is at the moment, he's like, I'm so hungry. No.
Holding him down with one hand, she slices open her other hand with like her finger. And then she puts it into his mouth and she's like, now don't fall in love, darling. And then I want to cut ahead. One more scene with Lucius. A couple nights later, you have to go find out. You come to, and you have to go find out what's happening with your sister, who is a minor, who is in your apartment by herself. You realize this. So...
Fuck.
So, Clara's in the apartment watching TV and just like eating like what's left of like the ramen and like the cheese curls when suddenly she hears the door open. Luce?
Hello, Clara.
Where the fuck have you been?
It's okay.
I thought you were dead.
No.
I called the police.
I know.
They told me it hadn't been enough time.
It's fine.
But in 4 hours, you'd be a missing person, and I was going to call again.
Clara. Listen to me.
What happened to you? What's wrong with your skin?
For the first time in a very long time. Look, listen.
She grabs a big, heavy coffee mug off of the table and hits you in the face with it as hard as she can. Get away from me, zombie!
What is wrong with you?
She runs into the kitchen.
Clara, listen, Clara. Clara.
You hear the stove go on.
Things have changed. Things have happened. I need to.
She comes back into the room with a magazine that she set on fire on the end, and she's like, "Back, zombie! Zombie! Yeah, you need to give me a willpower roll, or you're gonna fear frenzy from this fire."
Fuck. And then what am I? Okay, cool.
The willpower roll.
I love Clara.
3 successes.
Very good. You're able to keep it together She holds this like kind of like Esquire with like a burning end.
And I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna be like, you put that fucking thing down or else I'll rip you to fucking shreds. Put that fucking thing down now!
How do I know your personality is still in there, Lucius? You've gone zombie.
Because you used to fart every fucking time that I used to talk to you, and it was disgusting. Now put that down!
Okay. And she stomps on it. I was going to make you roll, but the farting anecdote is too good. You've convinced
listen
her.
to me. Listen to me. Fuck. Listen, there's a lot to take in, but I need you to just embrace and be open-minded. I know you are. But just look, remember, remember that night, Mum died, and I was like, I'm gonna change this world. I'm gonna cure fucking cancer. This idea of cancer being a reality.
We were talking a lot of craziness that night, Lucius.
No,
I said I wanted to become an astronaut.
Clara,
okay.
I meant it. Clara, I meant it. And I'm real. And I believe it. And I know that I am there. I'm there. I'm so close. But I had to take a step. That I didn't know. I didn't realize that I had to take.
She walks up really close to you and she's like, bruv. And she's like, kind of like, patting you and comforting you. And all you can feel is like, boom, 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 boom. And the heat coming off of her.
And then I'm going to kind of like push her back. Like kind of like out of nowhere, just push her back.
Fuck, man.
Listen, I need you to just listen to me. I've turned into something that isn't what we would call normal. Those books that you'd read, those ideologies, those fantasies. It's real.
You're a zombie.
No, I'm greater. I'm the evolution of man. And I truly believe that through this being, I will find a way of forwarding humanity as a whole.
Lush,
no,
can I say something now?
No, Clara, no, you need to listen to me. For the first time, listen to me, please. I need your help. I feel this weird darkness within me that's pinning me down, that's holding me, and it will turn me astray, but I know that you can hold me true. Just be with me. Just understand. I will tell you everything. I will show you everything. I will throw a world in front of you that you never even realized. But I need you to understand where I'm coming from. I need you to see the world that I am, but from your perspective. I know I'm talking riddles. Fuck! But it's understandable. Oh, God, you are so delicious. But I need you to.
Lush, stop talking. And don't say any of this ever to anyone else. It sounds crazy.
Yes.
Let's just watch some telly, man.
No, I can't. No, what a waste of fucking time. No, it's not what I need right now. I need knowledge. I have time. I have time. Clara, I love you. I love you so much. God, you are so delicious. I love you so much. But listen.
Okay, you're making me really uncomfortable.
No, of course I am. Sorry. Look, Clara.
I'm gonna go stay with Janice.
No, don't stay with Janice. Listen. You know what? Follow me. Yes, follow me. I will show you. I will take you to.
But you gotta quit talking crazy, bruv. You
Clara,
gotta calm down.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
I look different. Yes, I look different. I feel different. Can you feel me? touch my skin.
So
Touch
you're
my skin.
magic now. So you've got power.
No,
so
no,
this
that's
is like
magic.
a good thing, man.
No,
Why
evolution.
are you crying?
Clara, evolution has placed itself in front of me, and I am ready to embrace it. I'm ready to take it on. And I need you as where you are from now, where you are now, just to see. Look at me.
Hey, you know what?
Look at me.
I'm looking at you, bro. And no one sees you but me. So fuck it, bro. Whatever you need, I've got your back. So can we just watch telly, or are you gonna...
No, you know what? Fuck it. Turn it on. Put it on.
Yeah.
Put on He-Man. Come on, let's watch He-Man. Let's do it.
Well, we should do research, man. Like this, I bet we can find like a good zombie movie here.
Oh my god, no! I'm not a zombie. Fuck.
Okay, we will leave Lucius there for right now, and we will cut back to our friend Jen Brown. Jen Brown, where did you decide to investigate as a potential node or place of power for your friend Sabrina?
Well, I know that Tadine said that there's no magic-y business in the Cathedral of Learning, but I was wondering what floor were the Camarilla on when we fought them? That had all the wards and all the
very
stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, they weren't on this floor. They were like a couple floors down. And in fact, you've done a little research and you find out that there are many rooms. The Cathedral of Learning, first of all, just to give you an idea of how large it really is, it has over 2,000 rooms. It is an enormous structure that houses the university's administration, which is why you were able to just take an elevator up from the vice chancellor's office. Also, like very down on the bottom and in the underground, there's like a food court. I guess all the students are kind of like a food court for you guys. There's it's just a gigantic structure. Putting Grouper kind of tucked away at the top somewhere, it's actually a pretty good hiding place. But the Camarilla, to finally answer your question, we're in one of the international rooms. There are 31 different international rooms, which are rooms that have been sort of outfitted, donated, dedicated to different countries and ethnic groups. And the Camarilla was in the Lithuanian room.
Great. Okay, so I think what I would want to do then is, at night when there's no one there, take Sabrina to the Lithuanian room.
Great. So let's talk about the Lithuanian room. It's just like a large classroom where you could give lectures or something like that. But it does have sort of murals and sort of things along its, its decoration that kind of dedicated to Lithuania. And so it has like the Lithuanian coat of arms, like on one wall, which is like a knight on a horse. It has a really, really terrible color scheme because the flag of Lithuania is yellow, green, and red. So that's kind of going in a stripe around the place. And then it has like some like little stands with like little glass cases that have like little Lithuanian artifacts or pieces of Lithuanian culture in them. And when Sabrina comes down here, she's like, why are we in here?
Just trust me. Okay, I know it's tacky maybe, but there was some blood sorcery happened here, and I feel like Tadine said that you needed a different place to practice, and I think this might help.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any tech down here, but he taught me something. He taught me something.
Okay.
And she cleans her glasses like really thoroughly, and then puts them on and goes, "Holy shit!"
What?
Yeah, there's power in here. There's like it's kind of like a stain, but it's here.
What do you see?
I mean, it's kind of like a bathtub ring, but it's kind of like on everything. It's kind of like, it's bloody. There's blood all over everything.
Yeah, that's probably an old friend, Dr. Orman. These were probably blood wards. It's a type of sorcery some vampires do.
Well, I've been working on this idea.
Okay.
I bet it might work in here.
What?
Well, like, when I see, unfortunately, I have seen blood come out of you guys.
Yeah.
There's kind of powers in it,
Okay.
Tidian calls it quintessence or prime, but
of course he does.
I think I could maybe like try to feed you.
What?
No blood. I could just kind of like take the power in this room and kind of just, feed it to you.
Okay. How would you do that?
No one would get hurt. Like, you wouldn't have to like, go skulking around on rooftops jumping on people anymore.
I don't skulk, really.
Well, you've skulked. There was in Philadelphia, you skulked.
I've dabbled in skulking, but it's more, I mean, yeah, that sounds amazing, Brina. Can you do it now? Could you try it now?
I think I could. Should we try it?
Yeah, fuck it. Try it.
All right.
What do I need to do?
Okay, let's see. I need some stuff. Let's see.
Okay.
And she gets out her smartphone and then she's like, okay, do you have your phone?
Yeah, of course. And I take it out.
So, yeah, like, just start a FaceTime with me. I mean, I know we're like already in like meet FaceTime, but like, let's do like a FaceTime.
Meet face. Okay. All right. I start one.
And she just starts like kind of like sending you like all these photos of the room. You know what I mean? And now all these photos are coming through at the same time you're in this like FaceTime connection. And she's getting like all this like weird, like all these like weird gods that are like little statues in the cases and things like that. Like she's just kind of like hitting all of this like Lithuanian mythology stuff that's all around the room. And some of it is a little creepy. It's like, there's like an old piece of parchment with like someone stabbed through and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's picking things that have a little bit of a blood resonance to them. And finally she hits send on the entire cache and she critically misses her magic roll.
Oh God.
Ooh.
I'm rolling on the paradox dice 1, 3, and 2. And then only one success on the non-paradox dice. And so that means that she has critically missed. She did have a much smaller pool at this time. And also this was a theory she had. She wasn't even sure that it would work. And so let's see what happens exactly. We need to, let's see, she had 3 of those paradox dice and she critically missed them. So she loses all of her paradox. And I'm sorry, I know that I'm talking. Well, I guess Jen's in the same place as Ashley. What the hell am I talking about? But it's okay. I'm just going to check my rules here and to see what exactly happens. So with a little backlash like that. Oh, okay. So here's what happens. Suddenly Sabrina's like, did it work? Do you feel it?
I don't feel any different. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I sent it to you. I sent it through the ether to you. Did it work?
You kind of got crazy eyes, babe.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
I don't feel any different. Are you
Nothing?
okay?
Nothing.
Why don't you sit down? No.
Well, fuck, Jen. Just take a little bit from me, I guess. Go.
What?
You
Brina,
need it.
I'm
Do
pushing away. I push away her hand. What the fuck are you doing?
I need this to work. Come on. And she's like looking around for something sharp.
Hey, no. Whoa.
And she finds a letter opener.
Brina, stop.
I'm trying to help you, Jen. Like, you have to eat.
I don't want to feed from you. Put it down.
I'm giving it to you willingly. I'm giving you everything. That's what you want.
Put it down.
I think you need to roll. She's clearly having some sort of mental disconnect.
I'm not. I don't think Jen would try to use dominate on her.
Yeah.
Knowing what has happened. Could I do I don't have any intimidation. Could I do leadership plus something?
Leadership, that sounds good. Leadership plus composure, manipulation, charisma, all of those would work.
Okay, I'll do charisma.
Then this needs to be a little friendly if it's charisma.
Okay. Brina, just take a breath. Put it down. You're okay. I got 3 successes. You're okay. It's okay.
Is Curtis hungry? Because I'm here. You know, it's
Brina, we're all fine. Can we?
But maybe my blood is like special. You know,
could you just sit for a second? Can we talk about what's going on, man? Can you hear yourself? You're asking me to drink your blood.
I'm finishing the ritual.
Brina.
It's part of the spell.
You don't have to make this work. Brina?
Yeah? You get a text. It's from Tadine. Where are you guys?
I'm going to ignore it for now.
Okay.
Brina. Has this happened before in a way that I know how to bring her out of it?
No, it hasn't, and it's scaring the shit out of you. Her spell didn't work, and then now she's not, her eyes are weird, and she's acting really crazy. Because Sabrina has never been let me feed you, right?
Uh-huh.
And now
okay,
she's we need more of a connection. Do you understand? It's it's sympathetic. So,
maybe I don't ignore the text
I need you to Sonia me. Give me your blood.
Brina.
Come on, Sonia's inside you. We already have that connection.
I'm just going to call to Dean subtly and just have it on so he knows what's going on because she seems out of whack. So I don't know if she'll react poorly to me contacting him.
Okay, great. So you just call him and he's just kind of listening and very faint because you didn't put it on speaker because you're good at technology. You just hear, what the fuck?
Brina, I think you're having a reaction of some kind. Okay,
I'm not having a reaction. I'm finishing
Why don't we go back
the
up?
ritual.
Why don't we go back up?
I found a way that vampires don't have to feed on blood anymore. I'm a fucking genius, Jen. And then she runs out of the Lithuanian room.
Brina! And I am just going to run after her.
She's just kind of running through the hallways, and she's getting to the elevator before
I'm going to do far reach to try to grab her.
You are a Nosferatu at this point. You do not
I can't do that. Okay, hold on.
Blood alchemy. Yeah, it's a good idea, but maybe this is the first time you go for it and you realize you don't have access to it anymore.
Hold on. I'm going to soaring leap her then.
Great. Give me a strength plus brawl, and you can add a die to it for yes, Clint. You can add a dive to it for your jump.
I get 2 successes?
2 successes. Okay. So 2 successes. Let's see how she does.
I can feel I really want to use dominate. I'm sure Jen's I could just dominate her. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
She only got 2 successes, so you catch her.
Okay.
And you kind of slam her into the wall right near the elevator. I mean, not you weren't trying to be violent with her, but you did soaring leap her. So you guys go rolling into, and you're knocking over little trash cans and potted plants that are on this level. And by the way, the Lithuanian room is on a level where students have access. Let's see if anybody's watching this.
I wanted to make sure that it was like deep night so that no one was there.
That makes sense. Done.
Okay,
so
great.
It's deep night, and
this is maybe a stretch, but I know that we talked before about Sabrina having some substance issue stuff, and I wonder if there's anything that Jen did back then that she's maybe going to try now to get her to like focus up.
What a really cool idea. Yeah. So what? Do you have thoughts on that? What do you think you do when someone is in like a withdrawal, or
I think I'm maybe just gonna I'm maybe I'm gonna like yank her to the nearest faucet and just force her to start drinking water.
I love that. So you yank her to the nearest faucet. I'm gonna let your leap and grabbing her allow you to do this. And you're just like telling her to drink.
No, I'm forcing her to drink.
Jesus Christ.
And then finally, she's kind of like, okay, I'm calmer now.
Does she actually seem calmer? She's the same, huh?
Her eyes are weird. Let's just go talk to Tadine. I think he'll understand. Suddenly, the elevator doors open, and you're like, what the fuck are you guys doing down here?
I was trying. Jesus Christ! I'm gonna grab Sabrina and bring her back to the elevator where Tadine is. Something happened. I was trying to help her with one of your fucking nodes, and something happened. Look at her.
Shh! Wait a second, Jen Brown. Sabrina, what were you trying to do? And she's like, I have determined, I designed a way that vampires no longer need to feed on blood. They can summon power out of the ether. And I act as the conduit. I just need either Jen to feed me blood, or I need to feed her my blood, or Curtis or someone. Maybe, we could get some other kind of blood, like a human heart. Or
I'm going to put my hand over her mouth.
She's in a quiet.
What do we do?
It's like a mage madness. It's, she wasn't ready for whatever she was attempting.
Okay, so what do we do?
You can't do anything. She hopefully gets better. I don't know. We gotta.
What do you mean she hopefully gets better?
I don't know. Sometimes these things last a while.
How long?
You wanted to teach her magic, okay? I didn't know if she was a good applicant.
This is not fucking helpful. How long? What can we do?
We lock her in a room and let her figure it out. She's clearly dangerous if she's talking about feeding her blood to people.
That's your grand fucking plan? Lock her in a room?
Yeah, and probably with no technology, because that's kind of how she does stuff.
Fuck.
Sabrina pulls your hand off of her mouth if you'll let her. You have potence, so you could say no.
I'll let her.
And she's like, I don't know why you guys are acting like I'm not in control. I'm in complete control. I'm not going to hurt myself. I just need a large amount of vampire blood.
Let's go empty one of the rooms. And I'm going to bring her up to group her with Tadine.
And he's like, yo, I'm not going to lie. This sucks.
Yeah, no shit, Tadine.
But we all go through this kind of stuff. Like, she shouldn't have been trying to... Like, what were you asking her to do?
I wasn't asking her to do shit. You said she needed a better place to practice. I found her a better place to practice.
In this building.
Yeah, what's
Jen
the
Brown,
problem?
this building is tainted. You didn't talk to me about this.
The fuck does that mean?
You didn't... I'm the fucking teacher. Okay?
Then teach.
You're
then
a
help.
coder, okay? I code reality, all right?
Oh, God. Just help me help her. Please. There has to be something else we can do other than just putting in her room and crossing our fingers.
Sabrina, give me your phone. Give me everything. Give me your earbuds. Give me everything.
I'm just gonna start taking stuff off of her and handing it to me.
She's struggling with you. She's like, she starts howling and crying. No, 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 no. Is what
I'm gonna hold her back.
He's like pulling. Okay, he's taking her phone. He's shutting it down. He's like, that's it. Now we just have to wait it out. But I wouldn't let her just walk around. You're holding her. You have her hand over your mouth. Tears are coming out of her eyes now.
Go clean out one of the rooms, the supply closet. I'll sit in there with her. Just go clean it out.
Clean out the supply closet?
Just clean out anything that could fuck her up.
I'm an elite hacker.
I don't give a shit.
He goes to clean out the supply closet.
Once he does, I'm just going to sit in there with Sabrina and just look at her as whatever is happening goes on. And I'm not going to have any tech on me. I take my phone away. I just sit with her.
I don't know why you won't let me help you. Why won't you let me help you, Jen? It's what you want. I'm like your sidekick.
You're not my sidekick, Brina. You're my friend. And right now you
can draw power from me.
You can't hear me. Why am I even bothering?
He comes back in and he's like, all right, the janitor's closet prison is ready.
Thanks. I go in there with her. And I close the door. I'm assuming there's like one sad light.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just kind of like wrap her in a blanket and hug her as she kind of babbles.
And she says, I'll never forgive you for this, Jen. I'll never forgive you for...
Okay.
I'll never forgive you.
Okay, you'll never forgive me.
Do you hear me? I'll never forgive you.
I hear you, babe. I hear you.
And then she kind of returns her embrace. Lucius. The year. It's like a year late. Now it's 2012 in London. And you have had a little bit of time to get used to your vampire condition. What I want to ask you, and we can figure this out together, is how soon did Lucius? Is he just surviving with like doses from Isabel? I think that's how he's surviving, right?
I think so. I think he tries to feed from humans, and it's like it's repugnant. It's like honestly just disgusting. And there is something in him which doesn't make sense, right? He's almost like, I feed from humans, and it's disgusting and it's horrible, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But it doesn't say shit. It's like eating celery. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
It's like,
yeah,
it's
I
like
get it.
Celery, and you're like, what the fuck? Fuck this? And like, you know, every now and then, like, when he tastes like a drop of Isabel's blood, it's like, God, this is like chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Like, I just want more. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I love that the references are celery and chicken nuggets.
I think I know now. Man. Like, I think we know now part of why this relationship is so intense with Isabel, because she's feeding you her blood a couple times a week. That's a blood bond that is so strong that you like are like, she's the love of your life. You know,
literally, I'm obsessed. I'm purely obsessed, and I think like,
which is why you're a little upset that you haven't been able to find her for 6 nights.
Yes. Oh God.
And your hunger is current. And your hunger is currently 4.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Thanks, Jared.
Yeah, you just had some bad rouse rolls, and you're just out in the streets. You know that there's another place you can go to see vampires, and that is in those in that King's Cross ice well. That is, she actually took you to the place where they hold Elysium some nights, or not Elysium, but where she holds parties. It's not Elysium, guys. I know that that's probably canonically some other location in some book that I haven't read all of, but that is where vampires congregate sometimes as well.
Okay, so Lucius is kind of like he's going around the streets like a crazy, like he's like, if a human was to look at him, they'd be like, oh, he's just a crazy homeless guy. Like, he's just, you know, he's a bit wild. The government have failed him. He's just, oh, poor Lucius. Like, he's just, you know, walking around genuinely feeling like madness, but there is a sense of like a hunger that's driving him, this beast that's within him, like speaking at the back of his mind. And he's kind of like, walking around being like, evolution, evolution, hunger, hunger. Oh, God, blood, blood, blood. Hey, you know what? There is something that a doctor said. Doctor, I feel ill. I feel hungry. Oh, do you feel hungry? Hey,
good Lord.
Hey, sir.
People are giving him a wide berth on the street. And you can make a wits plus awareness roll.
Okay. And he's making his way slowly towards the destination of where this club is. So wits plus awareness. Okay, cool. Let me roll that now. It's 2 successes.
Okay, enough for you to realize that there is an older gentleman with like a cane who has been following you for the better part of an hour as you walk across London.
Okay, and then I'm gonna kind of like, as I notice him, I'm gonna be like, fucking idiot. Follow me. I know him. I don't know him, but I will know him. And then I'm going to kind of stir towards like an alleyway, towards where, like, towards, like, I know King's Cross very well because this is the area in which I'm studying. And I'm kind of like, oh, this is an alleyway that we're told to avoid. But I'm like, okay, I'll get him in the avoiding alleyway avoiding. And then I'm kind of going to walk in there and then turn and be like, ha, got you.
Okay, you're setting up a little traps. Give me a stealth roll. I think I need a... that seems like manipulation plus stealth.
Oh, God. Okay.
You could use subterfuge instead. I think this is a subterfuge.
Okay.
Difficulty will be based on how smart this guy is.
What's the difficulty? Tell me it.
I'll tell you in a second. Here we go. Your difficulty for this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Your difficulty is 4.
I got 3 successes, so that's a failure.
That's a failure. And so you heard him behind you, like the click, clack of his shoes and his cane for like, the better part of an hour. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to jump this guy. And then you go into the alleyway and you hear click, clack, click. And the steps stop before the alleyway. And then click, clack, click, clack, click, 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 click. Like he's on to you.
Right. And I turn around and I see nothing. And I'm like, ha, I got you. Wait, what the fuck? No. Fucking idiot. How dare you? How dare you trick me? I am not tricked to BB. I'm intelligent. I'm the future. I'm evolution. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. And I'm like losing my fucking mind in this alleyway.
This alley, it opens into 2 different streets. And while Lucius is sitting here kind of like babbling to himself madly, let's see, give me a wits plus awareness roll.
Oh my God. I don't like this Lucius, man. I prefer the one who actually fucking beat fucking werewolves, man. Like, this is fucking bullshit. Okay. All right. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, that is enough. Lucius, you realize that people are coming from like the opposite street. So this alley, the reason they told you to stay away from it is that it opens on both sides. So you didn't realize that people were coming down the other end of the alley toward you, but you hear them before they get there. And turning, you see that they look like police in SWAT gear or in like riot control gear. And there are 3 of them.
And I'm going to be like... Hey, mate, look at me. I'm just, you know what? I'm just trying to be, living my life. Look, I'm not trying any trouble. I'm just trying to survive. All right, mate. All right. Popo.
Okay. Give me a, let's see, you're lying. So give me a, manipulation plus subterfuge again.
Oh, God.
But you don't sound very convincing.
No, I'm not at all. So
then don't even bother.
Yeah,
they just start hitting you with electrified batons.
And I'm sort of taking it, and I'm like, fuck off! And I'm gonna be like, really. And at that time, I'm just gonna swipe at one and just push him and try and push him away.
Okay, great. Let's see how you do. I'm going to roll all of them attacking versus your strength plus brawl roll. But you can surge if you'd like. And I'm also going to roll that because you've taken a couple hits. Like, I'll keep track of it since it's a flashback, but you've taken some aggravated damage too.
Okay, I got one success, so I didn't get hungrier. Thank fuck, because I'm at 4 hunger at the moment. So I'm gonna surge, and I guess my blood potency at the moment is like 1. So it's like, how many die is that? Is that an extra die?
That's just an extra die.
So that's strength 3, brawl. Let's say 1 at the moment because I'm not potent at all. Okay, 5. So okay, I got 4 successes.
They got 5.
Shit.
You are completely like beaten down, and they almost have you into torpor. And then the gentleman who was following you comes up behind them and is like, "This one's name is Ali. He's talking in a French accent. Lucius Ali, I believe." And then they are like smashing you down, and that is when all of a sudden, beep beep. A car is coming down the alley, like a tiny compact car, but it's filling the entire alley. And let's see how she does.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. Not well. So she takes out like one of them. Boom! Like this, like compact car smashes into one of the cops that's beating you down, and it's actually over you, Lucius. Like the car has run you over, and you're not sure who is in it, but they interrupted your beatdown. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna grab onto the car, like underneath the thing.
I love it.
And be like, drive, like,
okay.
go, fast, furious, drive, like kind of like
here
my madness.
Boom. And she rolls her drive again, and pretty good that time. 4 successes. So, Lucius, I'm gonna say you totally are like completely in like torpor because you're literally being drugged like at like street level along behind this car. Not torpor, but you're like down all of your health levels. So you've already taken like 3 aggravated, and then like the rest are taken in like, you know, superficial, as you're just like dragged through King's Cross, like hanging onto the bottom of this car. And so things kind of go in and out for you, in and out, like, conscious, unconscious. And then pretty soon you feel like a little trickle of blood on your lips. But it's not the kind you like, Lucius. Are you going to spend willpower to drink it?
Yes.
Or are you going to spit it out? You're spending willpower.
I'm going to spend willpower to drink whatever is being fed to me.
Okay, great. So you can go ahead and spend a point of willpower. I'll go ahead and mark that as well. You take a aggravated willpower damage, and you drink up some blood, and I will allow you to take your hunger down to 3 from that. And it's only then that you kind of come conscious in like an underground parking garage, and you realize that Clara has her hand in your mouth.
I'm going to look at Clara and be like, and then suddenly I'm just going to be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I was helping you.
No, you weren't helping me.
You were dying, man.
No, I understand, but then survival of the fittest. It's evolution. No, you don't understand. You don't do that. Clara, please. Don't do that. I
didn't want you to die, Lush.
Look, and I love you for it. I love you so much for it, but you have to understand that for me to control this beast within me, I cannot feed from you.
Okay. All right, I won't do it anymore.
Right. Just look. Clara, thank you so much. You saved me. You saved me, but I need you to. Clara, listen, the blood I require is not your kind. It's not you. It's human, not human. I need my kin, my my type.
You're like
Vampire.
a vampire that eats other vampires.
Yes. And there is something about it. There's something about that vitae. It's nourishing.
Lush, we've got something else to talk about. It's something weird's happening in the city tonight.
What?
There's
What do
like
you mean?
emergency vehicles on every corner. I keep seeing like those like riot cops, like, you were just dealing with, like running around, but there's no riot, man. Like, there's no protest or anything happening.
There was someone who knew
And they're
my
everywhere.
name. Who knew my name? That guy, that was a voice. He knew my name. How did you know me?
What do we do? I think we're in trouble. I mean, you are, so I am.
We gotta get out. This isn't the place for us. This isn't it. This isn't right. I can feel it. There's something wrong here.
Maybe we can find your friend.
Friend.
Yeah, what's her name? The looker. The boss vampire. The master. Isabel.
She's not my friend, Clara. She abandoned me. She left me.
What do you mean?
There is a reason why I am who I am today. She simply set me back. But you're right. Yes. No. Yes. 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 Let's find our friend. Oh, God. I love our friend. Let's find her.
Where should we look? Where might she be hiding? I know she hasn't abandoned you, Lucius. She believes in your plan for evolution and everything.
Is there anything that she left me to like hint towards where she's at?
You only know that, like, actually, you've been to her apartments. She owns several. She's not in any of them. And you've forced workmen or, like, doormen to tell you, like, where she's gone. And she hasn't been there in a while. The only thought you have is to ask the other vampires. To go back maybe to King's Cross, and see if there's anybody down there.
I'm going to be like, Clara, tell me. I need your help. Take me to... Let's call it Elysium for now.
Yeah.
Take me to Elysium. I need you to take me to Elysium. Please.
Yeah. She gets in the driver's seat. First she helps you into the passenger. She gets in the driver's seat. She's like, right on, man. And then she turns to you and goes, what's Elysium? Then we cut to she's kind of helping you through the door into the ice wells. And immediately, like, you see, like, the entire place is chaos. The tables are all knocked over. Most of the lights are out. Lights are kind of swinging. And there's a body of, like, someone on the floor nearby kind of moving a little bit.
And I'm going to go over to the body and kind of look at him. And are they bloody?
Bloody. So you go over, very bloody. And you recognize this person. It is Grosvenor, the guy you met all years ago. Yeah.
And I'm gonna kind of look over him and be like, "Hey! Are you all right? What's going on?
She betrayed us. She got a deal.
What?
She got a deal with him.
Who?
Your sire." And you can see he's like trying to heal damage in his face and like in his arm, which is like bent the wrong way. He's like, run, little lick. They're still here.
Hey.
And then somewhere deep in the ice wells, you hear like automatic weapons going off.
And I'm going to be like, where did she go?
Heathrow. My agents say she got a plane.
Right. Keep talking. Tell me. A plane. Anything. And then I'm literally just going to be like, like bite into him to get the knowledge of whatever the fuck is in his head.
Well, the last thing he says before you bite in is he goes, Pittsburgh. No, that doesn't happen because she traveled all around. But suffice to say, that would be awesome if that's what it was, but it's not that. So yeah, you do feed on him. You do escape that situation, as we obviously know. And now we know perhaps why you had such a mad on to destroy Isabel, which you have done in our chronicle. The final scene I want to set, and it's going to be a short scene, is back in the year 2020. Jen Brown, you and Sabrina come out of a janitor's closet as Lucius is walking through the Cathedral of Learning. And I think, Lucius, you're kind of checking it out for the first time.
Evening.
Jen Brown.
Sabrina kind of like marches past you. She looks like someone who hasn't slept in 3 days and just kind of wanders like a zombie off to her room.
Well, she looks like shit.
Yeah, she does. What do you think
happened?
of the place?
I mean, it's decent.
Thanks.
No, truly. Like, I think that there is a future here. Listen, Jen, look, I just want to look, while we're alone and no one's listening, look, there was a moment that we shared, when you helped me from look, I see so much look, there was something about you, Jen, that I truly if my heart was beating, no, look, no, Jen, look, let me finish. Look, the thing is, you are the future. And look, I see it. I see it. I truly agree. I truly see it. I truly believe it. I think that there is something incredible about you, about the things that you do, about the things that you strive for. And I'm not a fan necessarily. I do think that there are things that can be improved on, but there are things that ultimately that I think that you could genuinely be the future for what we strive for. And look, I'm just saying that I appreciate you. I truly do. You've helped me from so many moments and so many elements, and I just think that I owe you a lot. And yeah, I don't know. I've just said, look, I've just fed. I'm feeling good. Oh God.
Thank you, Lucius. I appreciate you too. Are you
Yes.
okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm just look, Jen, there is something. I'm looking at you right now and I see that you have dabbled in an element or an area in which not necessarily you wouldn't have beforehand. I see this side of you that as much as people see a hideousness, a monstrousness to it, I actually see something beautiful in it. And I feel like I need to share that with you. Because a lot of people, I'm sure, look at you in disgust. No, not saying that you are disgusting, but I
am.
No, you're not, Jen, you're not. And I need to share this with you. No, listen. You have strived and gone through so much. And with the little being that I have within me, I can feel it, Jen. Every single ounce of me is thankful to you. And all I'm saying is that I don't know. Fuck, where did this come from?
I would like you to roll your humanity, Lucius.
Fuck, okay. So at the moment it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2.
2 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see something. Sorry, I got to do this. I think this is how I got to do it. Okay. That is sort of a failure. And
cool.
that means that Jen Brown, from your high humanity position, his attempt to connect with you is coming across as maybe he wants something from you, or a little desperate, and perhaps, and I don't want to put thoughts in Jen Brown's head, perhaps even the thought crosses your mind, he's hungry.
Okay. I appreciate the sometimes backhanded compliment. I have some things I need to do. So, if there's something that you want from me, you can tell me, but otherwise I'm gonna...
I don't want... Right.
You're acting...
Yo, Jen, we need to talk about what happened.
Is that Tadine?
Yeah.
Now?
I think so.
Can you let her rest for a fucking second?
We're not going to talk with her. I need to talk to you.
Yeah, all right.
If you let me, I can put in some safeguards. Excuse me, doctor. You would know about this stuff. I could do a little bit of mind magic.
No.
Maybe put it...
Hey, don't even go there. No. Never.
Okay.
Never.
It's just, I've seen y'all do it to other people, but I guess it's not.
I don't do that anymore.
Tadine, can you fuck off for a minute?
Yeah, doctor, I can fuck off.
Yeah. And then I'm going to kind of look at Jen with different eyes. I'm kind of going to look at her and be like, this idea of clinging on to humanity, this idea of trying to do good to other people, it's pointless. You need to embrace who you are, this side of you. And I'm going to kind of forcibly touch her, the kind of the other side of her face, if I can. And then kind of look at
I'm going to go to try to stop him. I probably won't be able to because he's stronger than me, but I'm going to try to stop him.
Anytime there's a PvP type thing, I say the person who's being you can stop him. Is suffice to say, she stops your hand. You also have potence, Jen Brown.
And I'm kind of going to be like,
tune quite quickly, Doctor. I thought I was the next evolution.
Oh, no,
just a second ago.
No, you are, Jen, and that's the thing. All I'm saying is embrace it. That's
you need
all
to get your mind right, Lucius.
My mind.
I'm going to shove his head or his hand away back to him.
I'm kind of going to look and
a little unstable.
Unstable.
And I'm going to walk away.
Jen, this is the future. And whether you accept it or not is down to you.
And now I will bring us back to the present moment. Lucius Ali hanging from a broken window as glass rains down upon him. An elder vampire landing in front of Jen Brown. And that elder vampire has a look in her eyes. A look you've seen before, Jen Brown. And we will be back next week to find out what happens with all of that.
Oh, God.
Thank you guys so much. What an amazing 2 hours of role playing. Oh, my God. I felt like we found out so many cool things. So thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
That's Ashley Burch and Abu Salim. Find them on their socials. Say hi. Tell them how much you enjoyed it. I'll say bye-bye for now. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man.
An incredible session again with these great improvisers, these great actors. So thanks, guys. That's today's Vampires of Pittsburgh. We have one more Vampires of Pittsburgh next week, and then you will see a couple episodes of a kind of a fill-in that we are already working on called Magi of Pittsburgh, and then we'll be back with this crew. I think it's like two weeks out. We'll just have 2 weeks of Magi of Pittsburgh, maybe 3. I have to look at the schedule, and then it will be back to Vampires of Pittsburgh. So we'll find out what happens with this new confrontation with Mary and the rift between this coterie very soon. And then there'll be kind of a little fill-in with our mages for a couple weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have Bloodstroke 2, Sagas of the Ravensguard on Taste of Blood this week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. I am playing a version of John Harper's incredible game, Agon, with John and Sean Nittner and John Harper, who created the game, but we've done a hack. Well, John did a hack and made it into a vampire game, because that's what we play on this channel. Lots of vampire games. So please tune in for part 2 of Bloodstroke 2, Sagas of the Ravensguard, where we'll be looking into Agon's battle mechanic. That's at 7 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday. And then, like I said, we'll be back next Sunday at 10 a.m. for more Vampires of Pittsburgh, Reign in Blood. Please follow us on all of our socials. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and most importantly, Discord, where I mentioned earlier you can get in touch with us, talk to us, ask us questions, give us your reaction to our content. Another great place to get in touch with us is at streamofbloodroleplaying@gmail.com. If you have any thoughts or lengthy emails you'd like to share, I love receiving those as well. And I'll also say that we have a merch store. If you love these characters or any of the shows we do, you can go to our Threadless store. There it is, streamofblood.threadless.com, and purchase a grouper mug, or purchase a Steel City Tanning t-shirt, or stuff with Curtis Krieger and Jen Brown on it. There's even a Brad Lockwood t-shirt, y'all. So go to the Threadless store and check that out if you haven't already. That's it. I'm going to sign off. Oh, who are the Magi? Hasn't been announced. Thank you, Conorus. Our Magi will be Sarah Rose Kaplan, who is a really, really exciting player, who's an improviser, actor, and law student. Aaron Urist from our Kino Hora crew from Blades in the Dark, playing a really interesting mage character that he designed. And Amy Vorpal will be joining us for Magi of Pittsburgh, and that will run at the Vampire Time, 10 a.m. on Sundays for a couple weeks in August. Okay? All right. Thank you to Clinton Trucks and Brian Baldinger, my producers and partners. Thank you to Megan Arch, our social media manager. Thank you, Matt Moynihan, YouTube content producer, and Jill Petracek. Thank you, our art director. And thank you, most of all, the viewers who make this so fun. We will see you very soon. Until next time, #BlushALife. Get pink. Bye-bye.